What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? This is Will. So, if you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. Like this channel, hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that like button, you guys. When you hit that like button, it helps get this video out to other people. So we get more people watching this channel. Also, if you've been here a while and you already subscribed, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's very much appreciated. Those subscriptions are very much appreciated. So, a little bit about me, if you guys are new, me and my wife moved here 2 years ago. I'm married to a Filipina, met her in the States. So now we living here trying to do all the things. So our channel is just about Filipino life, love, family, giving, sharing, things like that. So on my last video, I had someone ask me to talk about rental property here. I think he's going to be here in a few months. He wants to know the rental property. But I decided, instead of just talking about the rental property, let me go ahead and talk a little bit more about some other things, especially for you guys who have never been here. So you kind of get an idea where you at with things you need to do before you can get here. So first of all, you guys, you're going to need a U.S. passport. So if you haven't got a passport, you need to get that first. So before you even go apply for a passport, just be aware of a few things that might deny you a passport. Number one is if you got outstanding child support, and if Department of Health and Human have reported you to the Department of State, they can deny you a passport because they might be thinking you're trying to creep off to another country and never pay and don't come back. Another thing is if you have any felony convictions, or any legal issues, that can prevent you from getting a passport. Also, if you have really high unpaid federal loans or taxes, that can prevent you from getting a passport. And then if you have a restraining order that where you can't leave the country, that can prevent you from getting a passport. So if you don't know where to start at or what to do to acquire a passport, a few different ways. The first one is through the U.S. Department of State passport acceptance facilities. These are usually post office, libraries, clerks of the court office. All you have to do is Google U.S. Department of State passport acceptance facilities, and it should show you the ones that are in your area. Then you also have the U.S. passport agencies. They have a lot of these in a lot of the major cities, but you will need an appointment for those, so you can Google those, and then usually mostly all post offices, you can get the application from them. But then they also have online service where you can go online and fill out for a passport, but you still need to appear in person at an accepting facility to finish the passport. So things that you need is like a birth certificate. You need a government issue, some kind of ID with a photo ID on there, and any other requirements they might need. You're gonna need passport pictures, 2x2, so bring 4 of those. So if you need a passport, just start looking around, Googling, and you'll find a place. So give you a little bit about the price. So a passport book is around $130. A passport book with the passport card is $160. If you just want a passport card, that's $30. So those are the different prices. So it might vary depending on your situation. So check out that, but that's right around the amount that you should be paying. So then you pay for the passport. Then you're gonna be looking for a flight here. So I'm claustrophobic, so I don't like jumping from one plane to another plane to another plane to another plane. I try to take the quickest route possible. Now, out of LAX, which is the Los Angeles airport, they have a direct flight from LAX to Manila. Round trip for that flight is anywhere from 1,200 to about 1,800. But it's a direct flight from LA to Manila. And when I came to the Philippines, I was in Texas. So when you're in those Midwest states and Western states and Southern states, if you book a flight from that state all the way to the Philippines, you're gonna at least be on 4 or 5 different planes. So with me knowing that there's a direct flight from LA to Manila, and I was in Texas at the time, when I initially tried to book the flight from Texas all the way to Manila, it rerouted me all kind of ways. So I booked separate flights. I booked a flight from Texas to LA, then a flight from LA to Manila, and then another separate flight from Manila to Clover. And that was the way I did it. So that way I only had 3 flights. But sometimes you can have 4 or 5 flights with big delays. You can be sitting in the airport for 7-8 hours. So when you start looking for a flight, just be aware coming out of LA, they got a flight that's non-stop to Manila. Also, you guys be aware that even if you have your passport, once you're coming through immigration, if they think you're coming into the Philippines just to come here and look for women and party, they might not let you in. Also, if you're a big believer of polygamy, meaning you believe you can have more than one wife, they're not letting you in. Or if you've been diagnosed, medically diagnosed with any kind of mental illness, saying you're crazy, they're not gonna let you in. So next, you're gonna need a visa. It's required to stay in this country if you come. We're just gonna talk about a few that might apply to you. But most of you guys who are single coming over here just to visit, like you met someone online and you come see the country, you're gonna get a tourist visa. You get that visa as you come into the country. The tourist visa is good for 30 days, and it can be extended one time for 29 more days. And I think this visa, sometimes the price varies where you're at, but it's around $130, $40 for this visa. Another visa you can get when you're coming in, some of you guys might have family members over here. You just need to have some kind of proof that you're a member of that family, but it's the Balik Banyan visa, and that visa is good for 1 year. When I first came over here, that was the visa I got for the first year because my wife, she's a dual citizen, so she's a Filipino citizen also. Then another visa I want to talk about is the SRRV, the Special Resident Retiree Visa. That's for you guys who are already retired. You're getting a pension. You can retire here in the Philippines with that visa, and that visa is good permanent. I think there's like a small fee you just pay yearly. With that visa, the requirement is not a whole lot. All you gotta do is prove that you're retired, you have a pension coming in, and then it's a direct deposit. But also with that visa, if you already have a pension coming in, you got a direct deposit, but you gotta also have a $10,000 deposit into a bank here, a government bank here, along with your pension. And if you don't have, if you're not retired already, and you still want to retire here, you can still do it, but you got to keep on hold also a deposit of 20,000. They want to just make sure you have funds available for you just in case you have to leave the country or anything like that. But the retired visa um, is not a whole lot need to be done to get that one. Now, also they have permanent residency visa here, so that's the one I'm getting ready. I'm applying for it now. That was good for 5 years because I'm married to a Filipina. And just a few other things, especially if it's you guys first time here, you don't know like the laws and stuff here. Um, One of the laws is you as a foreigner, you can never be alone with a child that's not yours, especially a Filipino child. So don't be caught outside, walking with no child by yourself to the store, even though you planning to do something good. You could be arrested, and people have been arrested who was doing something good but was walking along with a child. So don't do that. Also, religion is big over here, especially the Catholic religion. You can worship any religion you want, but do not badmouth other religion while you're here. You can go to prison for that and get a big fine. So be aware of that. And also, some of you guys who come over here, you're gonna meet your Filipino woman. Make sure she is single. Make sure she's not married, because a lot of older Filipino women, they say single. A lot of them would just be separated, because over here in the Philippines they don't have a divorce. You're gonna know the marriage, but that is so expensive and takes so many years. Most people just separate. So if someone's separated, they're still legally married. If you came over here and you didn't know she was married, she told you she was single, and her husband, even though they haven't seen each other in 5-10 years, and he found out that she's with a foreigner and he got proof y'all slept together, you can go to jail and she can go to jail. So make sure that woman is single and not single separated. So just be aware of those few things. Like I say, just come over here. Oh, and don't talk bad about someone. Don't badmouth someone if you don't have proof, because they can take you to court for that. Yes, they can. So just stay to yourself. Don't be negative. Just come over, enjoy yourself, have fun, and you'll be fine. So now, you guys, before you come over to the Philippines, so I know you hear good stuff and you hear bad stuff, and there's other YouTube bloggers out there that be talking about the Philippines. And just like any country, you got your good areas, you got your bad areas, you got your real beautiful areas, you got your ghettos, you got your good people, you got your bad people, you got good women, you got bad women. That's in every country. So when you're on these other blogs and they be talking about don't be a simp and you the prize and all of that, man, don't listen to that crap. Listen to your heart. If you think she the one, do what you want. You do what you feel you need to do and want to do. If you want to help someone, that's on you. But yeah, there's some women that'll take advantage of you if they think they can. But that's not all women. That's not all Filipino women. That's just like the United States. Man, I was taken for a sucker a couple of times. So it's just not here in the Philippines. I know when I first met my Filipino wife, we hadn't been together for maybe 2-3 months, and we were talking about the Philippines, and she told me that she hadn't been home in 3 or 4 years. But the reason she hadn't been home because she couldn't afford it. I surprised her with a round trip ticket to the Philippines. So you call me a simp if you want, but I knew she was the one because that was almost 18 years ago, and we still together. Almost 18 years ago. So don't listen to that crap. People, I'll be saying online, simp this, simp that. You the prize, you the king. Do not come over here thinking you better than someone because you're coming from a country where you got a little bit money, and this is a poor country. But this is a country, and that's what they're used to, and that's their standard. So that don't mean that they're beneath you, me, or another country because cost of living over here is cheap. So when you guys come over here, depending on how you are and what you like to do, that would depend on where you might want to go or how much you're going to enjoy yourself. Because you have like the city areas, like Manila. It's a big city, but me personally, I don't like Manila only because I'm 59 years old, about to be 60. Those days are past me to be around crowds and partying and scenes like that. Because Manila is too crowded for me. But if that's what you like, Manila, you know, it got the bars and the party scene and this and that. But you can do that. Now, you know, they say cost of living cheap over here, but if you come over here and you're gonna party and you're gonna hit the bar scenes, you want to do that every night, no, your money won't go far. So be smart. Even if you know your party board, your city board, you got to budget that money. Now, they also got the area called the province area. So if you're in the United States, the province area would be considered the country. That's what we would call it, the country. So that's where our village is, in the province area. So those the kind of areas where you don't have the amenities, but it's quiet. Like our village sits right on the water, but there's no cars, there's no roads. The only way to get in is by boat. But when we go there, it's so peaceful, it's so beautiful. So the only, you know, but you don't have the stores, you don't have the shops, you don't have none of that. Inside the village, they got little stores, the sorry stores, where you do a little shopping. But you know, we're in a village. You know, once a month, I go hit the city just to buy some food, some of the things I like, because I'm not a fish and rice guy. But living in the village or a province area can be very, very cheap. Once you get established, you get a house there, you can take 20,000 and build your little small house in a province area and be done and be living and living really cheap. So, like when I was talking about the retirement visa, the SRRV, it only requires you to have an $800 a month pension to qualify for that. So you guys got to look at cost of living here. Minimum minimum wage here is like 350 pesos a day, not an hour, you guys, a day. So that's like $7 a day minimum what some people are working for. So what you talking about in 7 days? So we talking about like $210 a month. That's what people living off of. So a minimum $800 a month. You can easily live off of that if you budget right. So some of you guys that come here with a larger pension, 1,500, 2,000, whatever, 2,500. Yes, it's very easy to live good here in the Philippines, but you have to be smart. You got to have a budget. You know, like a $1,500 retirement in the U.S., you can't do nothing with that. You can't even live. You can't rent nothing. But a $1,500 retirement here in the Philippines, and you're smart, you only need $500-600 a month to live off of. You can start saving, but you can't save a lick of that being in the United States. So you know you got your country living and you got your city living. So you guys be aware, you know, you come into a new country, so you really don't know the prices of things. So if you come here to meet someone, you know, whenever you got to pay for something or do something, let her negotiate. Just like any country, you know, they're poor here, so not all, but if some can take advantage and get a little bit more money, of course they're going to do it. Now, as far as rent, like if you go into the Manila area, I think Manila is one of the most expensive cities. So you like got 1 bedroom, 1 bath. I think from what I was reviewing, start at about $265 a month on up. So you can get in one of the high rise and then get your nice room up high, but then you're gonna pay the money for it. It's gonna be much higher. So like I said, depends on what you want. Like now here in Tacloban City, where I'm at, it's a small city. You can rent a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom for about $100 a month, or maybe about $80 a month, um, depending on what you want. You can rent a small house for like $150 a month, $200 a month, easy for a small house. But if you're coming alone, like I said, you can rent your small apartment for $100 a month if you don't want to stay in a hotel. Now the hotel be depending on your hotel, you pay anywhere from $20 to up to $100 a month, depending on what type of hotel you want. So it all boils down to what you want, but in the end, it's still very, very reasonable. You do your research. If you come to visit someone, she can do a little research for you too. So as far as rental, like I said, depends on where you at and what you want. But the Philippines is a very beautiful place, you guys. Very beautiful place. Like I said, she's good and bad, and don't listen to the crap about, you know. I hate when I be reading that people call someone a simp because they did something nice for a woman over here. You ain't no simp, because they'll call me a simp all day long because I got a good heart, and when I'm over here, whenever I can help someone, I can. So they can call me a simp, but you're not a simp just because you want to do what you think you want to do. That's up to you. If they don't want to be a simp, then they don't want to be a simp. But I hate when I see that when men calling other men simp. That's their business. Stay out of their business. Quit calling people simps. Stay out of their damn business. That's all I gotta say about that. Let me. Is there anything else I need to say? Well, I hope the information I gave you guys will help a little bit. So if any of you guys ever get here to Tacloban, look me up. We'll find a way to hook up. And you want to go see the village, we can go do a little day trip in the village. Maybe do some karaoke and eat good. So right now, you guys, for this month, every month you guys, I do a rice giveaway. This month we only up to 4 sacks of rice, but 4 sacks of rice is better than none. So we'll figure out what we need to do. Give it to the most needy, that 4 sacks of rice. But that time ain't came yet. So if anybody want to help get that 4 sacks up higher, go ahead. It'll be much appreciated. The village people really appreciate it, because I'm a witness of. I see it, you guys, especially in the village. A lot of kids go to bed hungry at night. So that's why I try to give out that rice every month, because it helps. So there'll be a couple of links below where you can donate if you want to help with that rice. All right, you guys. This is Black Man in the Village. Peace out. Love you.